Alright, so sit the down because this is going to be a very long video. And I'm going to show you a lot of things and tell you a lot of things that you've never heard or seen from me before. This door right here, the shed, was the original Legends Off-Road Performance. 7 years ago, 2015. I got my license in 2013, so really the start of it happened when I first got my license because I got my first truck. And right here is where I would take apart my first truck. I mean, sometimes I would do it in the driveway with a bottle jack. Anytime I didn't need to take off the tires or do anything underneath suspension-wise, I would do that right here. I would take off the front ends right here. But point is, Legends Off-Road, from 2015 on, that's when I actually started doing it consistently. But it took me 2 years from 2013 to 2015 to actually get it off the ground and actually start getting customers, getting people to believe in what I was doing. And what was I doing? Right here, in this corner, I have my workbench, my toolbox. I used to have a fold-up table right here, some shelves, and basically this whole entire room was filled with headlights. Headlights, tail lights, cab lights off of trucks. And local customers would bring their truck by and they would drop them off. This is my parents' house, so I was like, it didn't feel right doing business at my parents' when people would drop things off. The headlights, it was okay because people would hand them off to me or ship them to me. But sometimes, I mean, I had a few customers, quite a few. I would say every single customer that I had from 16 years old to 20 years old, those customers really trusted me. They believed in me, and I am so grateful for them because, I mean, honestly, they would come to me and drop off their truck to this 16-year-old kid, and they were dropping off their truck to a residential home. They had no idea who I was, and I made a connection with every single one of them before they dropped off the truck to a stranger. But yeah, I couldn't do that for long. I didn't want people coming to my parents' house. I wanted to get a place. So I wasn't in here for I was in here from 2013 when I first started getting going, all the way up until I believe 2017 is when I got my very first shop. So I was doing it for about 3.5 years before I moved into my first shop. This right here is 300 square feet, I believe, maybe less. It's like 15 by 25. But the whole entire place was just filled with headlights, and I was here, right here, sitting, hunched over, listening to music, rocking out to Linkin Park. Linkin Park days, man. For the, 16 to 20 years. So, I mean, I also, it's a long story. So we're going to go little by little. But point is, I was in this shop. In the winter, I mean, it would get absolutely freezing cold in here. Obviously, it's a shed. In the summer, it would get unbearably hot. And in the winter, it's unbearably cold. So I would wear jackets. I would have the heaters on. I would have propane and electric. And then, headlights, they go together with this stuff called butyl. And obviously, they're all plastic, too. The headlights themselves are plastic. It gets brittle in the cold. In the hot, it gets a little softer. In the hot, it was better because the sealant that we used for the headlights was nice and malleable. You can actually flex it and, squeeze it. In the cold, it was rock hard. So I would need to literally heat it up with a heat gun just to get it hot, just to be able to, it was a pain in the ass. So yeah, headlights in here and trucks occasionally pulling up here, letting me work on them for a week at a time. And you know what? Funny story is John was with me for one of the trucks that we did here for a customer. His name was Eric. He wanted us to do rock lights and headlights. And dropped off his truck. Local customer. He was from like an hour away. And just John, I had met recently because I had a truck. He had a truck. We went to truck meets. I met him and we just connected. And I was like, hey, you want to help me out with this truck? I'll pay you. And he came by, helped me out with the rock lights. And then we drove the truck. Had to have been 16 here. Him too, 16 years old. And we drove the truck to this guy. He was like 35 years old. I was like, damn, doing big things. Mm-hmm. It was a big thing. 16 years old, I was like, I'm going places. But I'm going places as in I'm going to a 700 square foot shop because that's the size of my next shop. So this right here was a good amount of my business. If you look at the total time that I've been in business doing this, Legends, doing everything that I do, which is custom automotive, technically speaking, I've been doing it since I was 16 years old. I'm 24, so 8 years. So in the 8-year span, 3.5 of it has been in this shed. You know, a lot has happened. So my next shop that I got after this was in Northford. It was 5 minutes down the road, 700 square feet, or 900, something like that. It was one bay, and it was, I think, 40 feet long, enough for a truck. And a little bit after that, I built a nice little office, and I'll show you guys. We're going to go there in a second. But regardless, that was, I believe, $900 a month, and or maybe it was $700. Nonetheless, it was $700 to $900, and I didn't know if I could swing it, but I needed a place that people could actually come, and I'm not worried about them leaving their truck there, or just having a truck in my driveway. I could park it inside. I could actually bring a truck inside, put it on a lift. I needed a lift. So I went out on a limb, and I searched for places. I was now 17 years old. I was just going into college, my freshman year, which I started in 2016. And fun fact, I'm going back to college right now. I just actually came back from class. Yeah. I stopped going 3 years ago. But now I'm back to finish off my senior year because I dropped out 3 years in because of COVID, and that's a whole nother story. But nonetheless, when I first started going to college, I got the shop pretty much the same time. The second shop. Well, the first shop. This is not considered my first shop. This is just my parents' shed. But my first shop, 700 square feet, $700. I didn't know if I could swing it, but I was like, you know what? That's like one headlight build of profit to pay for that. So I know that, you know, I can get a headlight build a month and I'd be good as long as like, at worst case scenario, I would be good as long as I'm working. And I took the leap and I did it. I signed a lease for a year. I ended up staying there for the year. I don't think I stayed for 2. You know, it's all getting blurry now. But I stayed there for a year before getting the next shop, which is the shop that we're currently in. So this is all going to tie together by the end of this video. So we're going to go from step 1 to step 2 to step 3 to step 4. And those steps are 300 square feet, 900 square feet, 2,500 square feet, and 22,000 square feet. Step 1 is right here. Now let's go to step 2 in Northford, Connecticut, shop number 1. That was my thinking room. Built this. Look at the way this is built. Come on. This was me at 15 years old. Oh, this was before Legends. This was before Legends. Yeah, me and my friend DJ. Dude. Wow. Crazy.
That's funny.
And then we had a wall up there, the jankiest wall you would ever see in your life. That's why we took it down. But yeah, that was the smoking room. Dude, look how it's trippy up there. Once you flip on all the lights, man. So I would work. Long day, hard day. My friends would come over, go upstairs, just smoke. Been smoking a long time, man. I miss this place, honestly. I don't miss the heat. I don't miss how small it is. I don't miss how cold it was in the winter, but at the end of the day, I do miss it, and I miss the time, more importantly. See if any of the old neighbors are here. Yeah, one of them is. So this was it. This one bay in this entrance door. I used to have the Legends Off-Road sticker right there and on the garage door, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. This was my parking spot right here that I would pull into every single day, and I would look at my truck from my garage door. It was nice and homey. I was the only one in here for the 2 years, so it was 2 years, confirmed. 2 years that I signed a lease for this place right here. And it was a big move for me. It was 18 years old. It was a big move for me at 18. So I was here until 20, and then 20 into 21, I had gotten the next shop after this. Wait, there he is. I was just telling him, I'm doing a video.
What are you doing?
I'm doing a video on the different shops, because I just got a new shop.
Where?
North Haven.
Oh, cool.
You know the old Planet Fitness building?
Yeah.
Big. Large, so I'm renovating that whole freaking place. And the tobacco, I would always see you out here with the pipe. I would come out here. It would either be you or Ralph or what's his name over there, Bill. He still lives there.
Yeah, I know.
Supposedly, but I haven't seen Ralph or Ralph. But yeah, going over the transition over the years.
Yeah.
You know, this and then the next shop, it's only 2,500 square feet, and then the last shop that we're about to move into. But it's nice to always swing by.
Grow.
You gotta grow. It's been what, 5 years since Between this one, the next one, and now it's 5 years.
Is it?
5 years. Isn't that crazy? It's been 5 years since you last saw me working out of here.
Yeah. Well,
nuts.
I was in my basement for 10 years.
See? Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Good luck.
It was nice to see you.
Yeah, you too.
I'll see you around.
Yep.
So this was Bill. This was Ralph. Ralph and Ralph. And the railroad guys. And Ralph and Ralph, those were the guys I would always go to. I'd walk right out my door. I'd walk into their door because they would always be here. They were like muscle car heads. And the other Ralph, the son Ralph, would he did a construction or something, but the father would always be here. And they would always be the ones that I go to get tools from when I didn't have a correct tool to do something, because there were so many things. In here is where I really figured out all the tools that I need to work on a truck, because this was my first lift. I put one lift in here, and I worked on my first truck. Well, not my first truck, but I worked on my truck. This was now 3-4 years into what I was doing, so I had 2 more trucks after my very first truck. But nonetheless, I figured out how to do suspension work in here. I was still doing headlights. That was still my main thing, but this is where I really dipped my toes in the customization of everything else on trucks, and color matching, taking every single piece of plastic off of trucks. I mean, it's just everything down to every single nut and bolt. Obviously, I don't fabricate. I didn't learn any fabrication in here. I just learned how to completely customize the look of a truck from the top of the truck to the bottom of the truck and the inside. So I was in here for 2 years, and I grew a little bit more, and I needed a little bit more space. But I mean, I used this place to the maximum potential. For 2 years. Signed the 2-year lease. By the end of the 2-year lease, I was ready to get out of there and move into something bigger. But one thing to note, that inside this place, when I first moved in, I was still a single member. I was a single member LLC, right? Sole proprietor. I was working for myself. And then I needed to turn into a LLC and hire my very first employee, who was Stefano Clemente. So Stefano was my very first employee. I met him at class at Quinnipiac, and I clearly remember the day that I told him to come by the shop one day, because we were telling the teacher, the class, about what we do, and he went before me. He said something about automotive, and then I went, and then I say I also do custom automotive, and it was basically a hobby for both of us. I just had the further succeeding hobby because it was a business for me, and his was just a little hobby. But nonetheless, I had told him, hey, after he said that, come by the shop, let's talk. Maybe we could do something together. You know, I'm looking for someone, or we can work together on this project that we had for class. He came by, he had an Avalanche, and his idea for the class was to make a custom headache rack that had light bars all over it. And I was like, first of all, it's kind of a thing already. Cool idea, hard to make. Why don't you just help me and stop doing your own thing? Help me grow at Legends, and we will do big things together. I'll teach you how to build headlights. You have to be willing to work 2 weeks, learn the trade, learn how to do it. I'll show you everything. You shadow me the whole time. I let you do things for 2 weeks with no pay. And he was still in school at the time. He was a senior and I was a sophomore at the time. And I was a sophomore. And basically he was willing to do it, and he did it. So he tried it out. He ended up being my first employee ever. And then from here, he was here for about a year until we moved into the new shop. And then 1.5 years or 2 into the new shop, he was still with me until he finally left to go back to New York, because he had finished off at Quinnipiac, originally from New York, so he moved back to New York and left me. But nonetheless, first employee ever was in this place, and I only ever had 1 employee in this place. So once we moved into the new shop, the next shop, then I had to hire more people. But nonetheless, 700 square feet. The first shop. Second shop, 2,500 square feet. Let's head over there. I'm dying of heat over here. Got them cutting in there?
I think something.
Definitely cutting. Can't talk about the truck or show you the truck that's in here. Down there you can see the blue truck hiding. So we outgrew this not long ago. So this is shop 3, 2,500 square feet, 2 bays. I've had this since 2018, so now it's 2022. It's been like 4.5, almost 5 years. Legends Off-Road was the original business, so these signs used to say Legends Off-Road Performance. And then 2 years into the time that we had the shop, we completely switched gears. We didn't shut Legends Off-Road down, the LLC. I kept it. It's still open. And just didn't take any sales, didn't do anything with Legends for, now it's been 3.5 years, 4 years since we started LGND. So yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. But anyways, 2,500 square feet. I outgrew this at one point since the truck's down there. You're probably wondering why the truck's down there. Because we have 2 extra bays that are just for storage to park trucks, because when I had Legends Off-Road and I only had these 2 bays, we ended up having to park trucks outside, keep them on the curb for the night. Didn't really like that. Same situation as my parents' house. Didn't really like keeping trucks outside. But the giveaway trucks, once we started doing giveaway trucks, I always had the one that's coming up that I have to build, the current one, and then usually the past one too. So we always had multiple trucks, so I needed space to store them, because you'll see there's only 2 bays in here. There's 1 lift, a space that we usually had a truck torn down a truck torn down in that bay, and then we would park trucks down there. So let's see what John and Sam are doing in here.
Oh my God. There you go.
So you can't see the truck because that's the next giveaway truck. By the time this goes up, that truck won't be live yet. How we do it right now is we don't show the giveaway trucks until we launch them. And once we're all settled down in this new shop, we might change that up, because it's going to be kind of hard to not show you the giveaway trucks. It's easy now not to show you because no one can come into this shop. This isn't a public shop. We don't work here 24/7. We only come here when we need to build things. And no one can come here. So we don't have to worry about anybody that we don't want to see the truck seeing the truck. The new shop, you're going to have a truck on a lift in the corner of the shop. Somebody walks in, they're going to see it. So that, you know, that's something to think about. We're going to have to change that. I haven't figured out what we're going to do, but we're going to have to change it because people are going to kind of see the truck anyways. But nonetheless, 2,500 square feet, 2 bays. We did a little remodel in here once I changed to LGND. I put LGND on the floors here. I mean, I didn't touch the space when it was Legends Off-Road. That was the original color of all of the walls in here, that brown. This used to be a biker bar before. And you know what's funny? The old shop that we just visited, the first shop ever, that was, no, now it is a biker bar. So I move out, biker bar moves in. I move in, biker bar moved out. Super weird. But yeah, so did a renovation. At one point we had 2 offices built of just 2x4s and plywood. And there's no heat in the shop, and that's a very big thing to note because it gets very hot in the summer. It's a metal building. This used to be my office up here. But I mean, as you can imagine, heat rises. And this is a closed off room. I can guarantee you it's probably 100 degrees up here right now. Oh, it's hot. Oh yeah. It's not unbearably hot right now. So this was my office. This is where I would be every single day. I had Stefano in the downstairs. I was making sales, writing up invoices every single day. In between that, I would go downstairs. I would run down those stairs. I would finish up what I need to finish up, work on a truck, and then I also started hiring more people to work on trucks. This is where I hired John the very first time ever. I believe that was in 2018, or 2019. It was a year after we moved into this place I hired John. So yeah, hired my first tech here. Didn't hire my first. I hired a couple other people. Sam got hired while we were in here. Obviously, we're still in here. But I was in here every single day. There's no AC. I would have a fan, a little AC unit going, and it was awful. That's not the AC, that's my paper shredder. But nonetheless, with the freaking AC, the small AC unit, it was still so, like, I'm sweating already. Everything's off the walls, all the canvases. The blown turbo is somewhere over here. There it is. This is from LGND 1. I blew up the truck before the giveaway started. I had to rebuild the whole entire motor. That was a big risk. 100 grand, that was basically all my money into this truck right here. Blew it up right before the giveaway launched. And I had to drop another 20 grand into a brand new short block and repairing everything, putting all new turbo parts, yeah. So that was a very cool experience. So I have this turbo and the turbo wheel saved forever. Nuts, absolutely nuts.
Oh, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
We were here we're still here. So this is the last shop. But it's been a wild ride in here, man. Legends Off-Road, grew it, expanded, did as much as I could, as much as I possibly could in here. I could only take one truck at a time. That's the biggest thing, was I only had room for one lift, so I could only expand so much. And I wasn't willing to put in the money into this place and do the AC and remodel everything because it's so small, and it's not something that I would end up buying out or end up wanting to buy out. I just wouldn't want to buy this place. I wouldn't want to buy somewhere that has neighbors or something that I'm going to outgrow. So I wanted to wait until I can build the capital, until I can get into something much, much bigger and actually be in there and stay in there forever. Then it's worth investing the money into. Probably would have been worth it to put an AC unit in here, just like a wall unit, like a cheap $1,000 wall unit for the past 5 years just to get by. But I didn't want to just get by. I feel like if I got comfortable in this place, then I wouldn't be as motivated to get my next place. So for the past 4 years, 5 years now, I've been, well, 4 years I would say, I've been searching for a larger shop. And it's been a wild ride. Seen a lot of shops, made offers on a lot of shops. But everything happens for a reason. Those didn't work out. And finally, we have something big. And it's a bit of a process to get it done. But moving in here was super, super easy. It was just me. It was just me and Stefano. And like I said, John came later on down the line after I moved into the shop. But it was a cool experience. It was small. And you know what? I'm not going to have that anymore. The small is gone, because as soon as I move into this place that's open 9 to 5 every single day, now I have a large crew of people. It's not just our small knit crew. We're going to have also a much more employees. We're going to have just a wide plethora of employees, and we need to talk about that, but we'll talk about that in a little bit once we get to the new shop. So yeah, we're getting ready to get out of here. The original banner. Well, that wasn't the very original. That was the updated banner. That was like the second banner ever. Circa 2017. That banner is from 2017.
Poppy.
It stays. That's a relic. Right here was a bathroom that we pulled down with Sal's Ranger. Go! It was literally like, it covered half of the door. Abnormally large bathroom for no reason.
Wow. That felt great.
All right.
A little bit of fresh air.
Handicap bathroom.
Oh.
So it literally went out. It was the stupidest thing ever.
Wow.
All right, I'm heading out. We're going to North Haven. All right, so we went from North Haven, where my shed was, to Northford, my first shop, to North Branford, second shop. Now we're going back to North Haven, the third and final shop. Now keep in mind, this is all, it's like a triangle. I did one big triangle. I went back to where I originated from. So North Haven's right here, right? Northford's right here. 15 minutes, not even, 12 minutes this way. Then North Branford's right here. 15 minutes from Northford to North Branford, and also 15 minutes from North Haven. And now we're going back to North Haven. So what did we do when it would get too hot? So I put offices in here. 2 offices in the bottom for us to do, for the guys to do office work once we transitioned from Legends to LGND. I put those 2 offices made out of 2x4s and plywood in the base, or in the first floor. And not only was the top hot, but the bottom was also hot. So those offices, they were always sweating in. It was gross. It was disgusting. Couldn't handle it anymore. We only had those offices for about 6 months before we decided to call it quits there and rent an office down the street, which was 3,000 square feet, which made it really, really hard for us. For 2 years, we had the office for a year and a half, actually. So basically, for a year and a half, we had this office, which wasn't far. It was 5 minutes down the road. But this office was where we would spend our day in, day out on LGND computer things, because it's mainly an e-commerce thing, and we weren't building trucks every single day. We were only building the giveaway trucks when we needed to, or we were only shooting the trucks. So we didn't need to be at the shop all the time. But when we did need to go to the shop, it was very annoying. Like, shipments would come in and we wouldn't be there because we're not working on something. When I say it's hot in that metal shop, on a 100-degree day, it'll be 115 in the shop. And a fan doesn't really help. So we had the office, and it was very, very annoying. And I was even more motivated to continue looking and searching and acquiring something bigger that I can have everybody working under the same roof at all times. Because I'm really big in that thing that you need to be near the people that you're working with. I hate Zoom, I hate FaceTime, I hate calls. If you're working all together, it's very easy and efficient to get things done. And Owen would agree with me on that, right?
Yes.
So now that we have this new shop, we are going to be able to not only get everything done, but also expand into what we were doing at Legends Off-Road. And also expand even further than that. So in the next few seconds, you're gonna see us pulling up to the North Haven shop, the final stop on the Legends journey. So here we are, back in North Haven, Connecticut. Right there is I-91. Right there. As you can see, we have a little bit of opening. I'm gonna call the state, see if I can get some of these trees cut down, because there's literally not another street in between here and I-91. So it's this and then about 20 feet and then it's just I-91. So if we clear down more of this, when we get that nice, big, bright, the lab sign up there, it's gonna be cool, man. The lab in individual channel letters and then Legends Auto Boutique spelled out. So before we even go in there, guys, this building isn't gonna be an LGND building necessarily. The building, the business that this building is for, is the lab. Legends Off-Road Performance, 3 years ago. Once we started LGND, I shut that down to focus all of our time entirely on LGND to grow capital in order to, again, do this. It would take way longer to just have a shop and just focus all the time on the shop. You know, if I just did that on the side, it would have taken a long time. So LGND definitely allowed me to expedite the process, and finally, we're at that point. But Legends Off-Road Performance doesn't necessarily explain what we're doing anymore. I've owned a lot of exotics in the past 3 years. We've done a lot of work on a lot of vehicles, both trucks and cars. And then even before that, I was doing a lot of work on trucks, and it's always been just trucks. But mainly in the past few years, we've been doing a lot of exotics. I've become friends with a lot of owners of exotic parts companies, like wide body kits, wheels, all that stuff, exhausts. So I've gotten into the exotic field, and we wanted to expand on that. And at one point when we had Legends Off-Road Performance, Stefano, again, my very first employee ever, he really liked cars. So I said, hey, if you want to just completely run this company, we'll start it and then you run it and we'll see how it does. Legends On-Road Performance, we started that and we just tested it out, and I said, you run it, let's see what happens. He was spending too much time on Legends Off-Road. We couldn't get that off the ground. Legends Off-Road reigned king, and that ended up remaining the largest of the two businesses. It was kind of stupid to have two separate businesses for it. So my end goal was to eventually change the name of Legends Off-Road Performance legally to a new name that kind of centralizes everything that we're going to be doing. And I came up with Lab, Legends Auto Boutique. So it's Legends Auto Boutique LLC doing business as the Lab. So what's going to happen in 22,000 square feet? It's a lot of space. First, I'm going to show you what the plan is for the layout of the place, because the inside of this is getting completely gutted and entirely renovated, and it's going to be a state-of-the-art facility for all things automotive. And I do have a couple contractors stopping in. I don't know if this is one right here, but yeah, a couple contractors stopping in. I've been meeting with contractors left and right, and I mean, now I have school again, so it's been tough going back and forth between school and the shop. And Valentino, this is the painter. I'm gonna try and run you through it as quick as possible.
Perfect.
First and foremost,
Yeah.
from the beige up, we gotta do that black on the outside of the building.
From the beige up, it's all gonna be done. Okay. All right.
And then I kind of want to get all this redone in black as well, all the metal siding over here.
Okay. All the way around.
No, just here in between the glass, yeah.
Okay.
This has to get teared down, so I mean, we have to do quite some demo before we can,
We're close to paint. Okay.
and then some carpentry as well.
Perfect.
But for the most part, I mean, the ceilings in there are perfect.
Good.
So they're already white, nice and clean. Those big platforms though, you see here, there's 3 of them. Those gotta get painted black. All of the yellow in here get painted black.
Yep.
Over in here, all this drop ceiling we're painting black.
Paint in black. Okay.
And then everything from that wall forward that you see up there,
Yep.
those walls are coming down.
Okay.
That ceiling's gonna be all drop ceiling. and
Okay.
It's gonna need
So
to
that's
be
gonna
painted
get
black
painted
too.
black. All right. Good.
Upstairs, there's also 2,000 square feet up there.
Okay.
That's got to get painted black. The
All
drop
right.
ceiling up there.
Drop ceiling. Okay.
And then there's just some walls.
So it's mainly just this ceiling throughout here.
There's two colors we're doing, black and white.
Black and white. Very easy. Beautiful.
Exterior doors, anything that's brown in the building, doors wise, would be painted black. There's a couple doors up front. That's
We use
that
all-
thing that's hanging down, black.
Okay. Anything that's yellow gets done black. Anything that's white, we're not touching. Correct? The white.
Pretty
ceilings?
much, yeah.
Okay. What are you doing for floors?
For floors, epoxy.
Epoxy. Okay.
Epoxy whole
Obviously,
building.
That'll be done after.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do the box. 22,000 square feet. Upstairs, there's 2,000 square feet up here. Yeah, it's a pretty large space here. This was literally, think of it, this is 500 square feet less than my current shop is.
It's just,
This, right here, that's all. So this right here, we're gonna do retail space. So LGND will be functioning out of the lab. So the lab's gonna have multiple businesses in it, and I'm gonna get to that as well shortly. But LGND will have its whole floor up here. So front desk checkout will be over here. It's gonna be a sick room. Obviously sick lighting around the whole entire building. Black ceilings here, really cool LED lights. A bunch of retail displays for our detailing products, our shirts, everything that we sell on the website will be here. So anytime that anyone that knows LGND or just sees it on the highway wants to stop in, they could stop in, buy something, get entered into the current giveaway, and see the giveaway truck in person. So that's one of the coolest things about this entire place is that you now finally have somewhere to actually come in Connecticut. If you're from Connecticut, beautiful. You'll probably always buy from here now instead of online. And be in a sick place, walk out with some cool stuff, and get entered for the giveaway truck. Check out the giveaway truck, drop off your truck, whatever. We'll talk about everything else in a little bit. But retail space, 2,000 square feet of it. We're gonna have some fitting rooms. It's gonna be a conference room. I got a build in the corner over there. All these floors underneath this is hardwood floors. I'm gonna keep the hardwood floors, do all black walls, black ceiling, LED lights, cool checkout. It's gonna be nice. This rug's being pulled off. We're gonna do black rug right here. Obviously black walls here. These windows are all getting tinted 5%. I said I wouldn't explain it, but I'll explain it anyways. This wall right here is coming down. These little rooms right here are offices. So we're gonna have a bunch of offices in here. Back to that original point of only having a few employees ever up until this point. I'm gonna have to hire some people. We'll have to talk about that as well. This entire wall is coming down too, right here. So then when you take down this wall, you take down this wall, you're gonna have one open room. This whole entire thing. So this is all gonna be showroom. All showroom. That little room right there is gonna come down too. Gonna have to fix the drop ceiling, put new tiles in, paint it all black. Again, cool, sick LEDs in here. White marble epoxy floors all over here, all the way up until the stairs until you get into the shop. And then gray epoxy floors in the shop area with some texture. Right over there, we're gonna have the waiting area, couch, 4 dining tables, sick coffee table. It's gonna be a nice little area with some TVs. It's gonna be very artsy in here, very, very artsy. 5 offices down there. Those are all gonna have glass doors. It's gonna be nice aesthetic. Over here, this is gonna be the parts showroom area. So we're gonna have all wheel displays, sound displays, whatever we wanna put in here. Powder coat swatches, wrap swatches, paint swatches. You'll see a big wall of all the different finishes that you can do on your truck or your car. That thing's gonna be black. It's cool. They did a good job. That's why, I mean, this building's cool because getting in it, I didn't really have to do that, like this aesthetic stuff. Just paint it black, put some cool chandeliers here. We need to build 2 ramps that are like 300 inches long. Because this is how we're going to get cars down. We're not going to be able to put any trucks in there. First of all, it's lower ceilings than back here, obviously. So we're only going to be able to put cars in there. I have my M4 CSL on the way. It should be here in a few weeks. So as soon as we get this all done, I'm going to get these ramps. I got to figure out who's making them. I found one person in the UK, or I think it was in Ireland that makes them, but that might take a while. Either way, need ramps to go from here to here to get a car down here. So the M4 CSL is going to be the first one parked in that showroom. Over here, we're going to have race deck. If you guys have never seen, it's what's in the shop, that green and black stuff. Here I'm just going to do black and gray, and then some different type of tile on the perimeter. It's called Chart Oak. It looks cool. Already ordered up. We're going to throw that right here. So go right over this mat that's on the ground here now. And this is going to be pretty much, you could park a truck here, showroom area for when we're throwing a party, I don't know, a reveal of a truck, whatever. We're going to have some cool options to use this space for, but for the most part, it's going to be used for taking apart exteriors of vehicles, like taking out the headlights and stuff. Things that need to be done without going on the lift can be done right here. So you can fit 2 trucks right here. And then this is going to be the lighting area right here. Stefano's coming back. Stefano's going to be the lighting Miyagi of the lab over here. So we're going to build out the lighting area right here. He's going to have all his space to do his lights, take off the truck, bring right to his shop, get them done, put them right back on. You guys already know what I'm doing. It's all going to be black and white. It's going to be super cool with all the LEDs. This whole entire wall, all the way down, is going to be all lifts. So we're going to have 5 lifts going down. And then in that corner over there, we're going to have the tire machines, tire mounter, tire balancer. In the corner over there, we're going to have a 3-stage parking lift. So we could park 3 cars in one single parking spot. And then this side is all going to be reserved for the wrapping department and the detailing department and some storage. We'll have some shelves over here with all of our parts on them. And here's the big part. Again, I have to explain this again to the demo guy, but this whole entire thing needs to come down from the stairs up to this column right here. So basically, it's a massive loft up there. Let's go up there first. And it's completely closed off. And these stairs are excessive, unnecessary, right? So up here, pretty much what this is going to end up looking like, they're going to come in here, demo this all the way up to basically this beam over here. So all of this is going to come out, and it's going to open up our doorway again. Remember, this used to be a garage door. Then they put a big glass window. So we're going to take that glass out, put a garage door there. You're going to come in over here. That staircase is going to come out completely. This is going to be the lounge. Going to have some cool hex lights in here. Couch. The hangout. Stairs are going to come out. Now that it's going to end over here, stairs can start here and they can end somewhere like right over here. It's going to be a steeper stairway. It's going to end much shorter, so we're going to have no problem clearing when we're coming in. And like I said, they just demoed the electrical. They took out all of the electrical so that they can take this down without any problem. This is all the wire. So they have to cut a hole to get in here because this was a separate unit. So this is all going to come out from this wall forward. Try and envision it real quick, right? This wall comes out, you come in, staircase is probably going to end right about here somewhere. So you come in, you have a nice drive-in. This is going to be a nice drive-in area too. We're going to have some cool lights on the wall here. This window is going to be now on that wall because that wall's staying. And then you have an entrance on the side of the building right here to come in. This is going to be the parts area. This is going to be the parts room. So you're going to come in here. We're going to extend this wall all the way down, take this out. So now we're going to have a nice walkway. This will be the parts counter. That'll be the parts office. So you come in here, you go to the front desk, you pay for your parts over there. This room's going to get knocked down. This wall right here, so that we have one large room for all of our shelving for our parts. And yeah. Moral of the story, like I said, I still have the demo guy here, or coming here, so I don't want to explain too much because I'm going to have to say the same exact thing again. But this entire thing's going to come out if you couldn't put that together with what I told you already, because this is going to be, again, wrap and detailing department all the way down here up until the loading dock area. So, yeah, this thing needs to come out. So we're going to have a nice, open, flat shop area. It's going to be sick, man. But I got a lot of work. Got a lot of work. I'm trying to get it done as fast as possible. Hopefully within the next 3 months. That's the plan, to get everything done. And obviously some people call me crazy, but I can really, really push some people to get some stuff done, and I believe in that. So I'm gonna do my absolute best to get it done as soon as possible. But with that said, what exactly are we gonna be doing in here? And I really hope that no one interrupts me, but no one comes in here, because then I gotta talk to them and interrupt what I'm doing here. But what are we gonna be doing? We're gonna be customizing trucks. Exactly what we do for the giveaway trucks, but you can actually bring your trucks now for us to do. We're doing that for trucks, we're doing it for cars. So you want a wide body kit put on your Ferrari, you want a freaking exhaust put on your BMW, you want lowering springs put on your GTR, you want a lift kit put on your 2020 F250, you want wheels and tires, just wheels and tires, not for us to do them. We'll sell them, we'll mount them and balance them too. We will pretty much do anything that you want on your truck or your car. Interior, exterior, suspension. We won't do performance. That's a big thing. We'll do exhausts, but we're not going to delete your truck. So don't ask me. I can't put an exhaust in your truck, and I can't tune your truck. And that's my honest truth. Like, it's not like I'm just saying it for the camera. If you come to me and email me, or you email sales, you're gonna get the same answer. We won't do it. We're not going to do it. We're looks only, aesthetics only. And again, exhausts, bolt-on exhausts. We'll do that. So if you have a titanium exhaust for your GT3, for example, we'll throw that on. But pretty much anything you want. Again, we're gonna have a parts department, so any type of parts you want, even if you're not from Connecticut, we can get you the parts, ship them directly to you. We can powder coat the parts. So say you wanted a lift kit from PMF Suspension for your Ford. You would order through us, tell us what color you want it, tell us what parts you want, what color. We'll powder coat the whole entire kit, ship it to you, and that goes for anything. So if you want anything powder coated and then shipped to you, I mean, honestly, there's too much to just tell you. We're working on a website to get up where it's gonna say every single thing, and then even then, we're not gonna have every single thing because there are things that are gonna get missed. If you come to us and you ask us to do it, we're gonna tell you whether or not we could do it. Most likely we can. We're just gonna tell you exactly how it's gonna happen. But also gonna be doing sales. So I'm getting my dealer license for this place, so that means now we can sell cars. So I'm gonna sell used cars, new cars, well, not necessarily, we'll see. But plan is to sell customized trucks, put trucks on consignment, put cars on consignment. So if you want to sell your car, you could bring it here. We'll park it back there, keep it in one spot. People can come here, look at it. We'll take the sale for you. We'll sell it for you. Or we'll buy cars off you. We'll buy trucks off of you. If you need quick cash, we'll buy them, we'll customize them, and then we'll sell them. Or again, if you just want to customize your own vehicle, you could do that. So there's a lot that's going to happen in here. We're also going to be doing exotic rentals at some point. So this is where we're going to store the cars. So we're probably going to start off with a Ferrari 458, a Lamborghini Huracan, and probably a Lamborghini Urus. Those are the three cars that I'm thinking of starting off with. This is where you come get the car. This is where you come back and drop off the car. And we're going to deliver cars, both rentals when that point comes, and builds to people within a 100-mile radius. So that's another thing that we're really trying to get out there and let people know that we're doing, because people from Massachusetts, in New York, they're already coming to us. They used to come to me when I was way smaller. So the same thing's gonna happen. We're gonna have people from other states 200 miles away. We're offering a service where you can get your truck or your car flatbedded from your house in your driveway to the shop. We'll build it, and then we'll deliver it right back to you, and we'll do a really cool reveal. We'll get a custom cloak for you, pull it off, get a custom box made for your key, give you your key back, and that's it. You didn't have to leave your house. Now, if you want to come here on the day of pickup, again, that's all something that we could figure out, but the option is there if you wanted to get your car picked up and dropped off at no cost. Of course, you have to have a minimum build cost to get that service, but again, these are all the fine details that we need to work out. All of this is gonna happen within the next 3 months. There are a lot of moving pieces to this puzzle. So it's not just renovating the shop, it's getting the business up and running again, hiring employees, getting the people in here to do all of this work, the technicians. So there's a lot of work to do. It's gonna be very stressful. I'm going to school in between everything. I'm running LGND in between everything. But I'm gonna get it done, and I have not too long. The thing is, there is no deadline for this. It's just get it done as soon as possible. So knowing myself, I'm gonna work as hard as I possibly can until it's done. So I'm gonna burn myself out. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be worth it, and I am super excited for it. And I know you guys are too, because you cannot wait to come in here when it's all done. If you guys had the vision in your head that I do in mine of this place when it's done, like I'm looking at it right now is exactly how it's gonna look when it's done. And it looks freaking sick. But with that said, now that you know what we're gonna do in here, again, just to recap, We will build your truck. We will build your car. We will modify your Ferrari. We will modify your Porsche. We will do anything you want. We will get you any parts you want. You can come in and shop in the LGND retail area. You can come in, I don't come in and just hang out for multiple hours because we actually do have to get work done. But this is gonna be a sick waiting area. You can come in, just hang out, look at some cool stuff. Every single week we're gonna have new stuff in here. Every single day there's gonna be something new going on. And I keep saying one of the biggest things, but here's another contractor. So we had 2 contractors come by right when the video last cut. So as I was saying 2 hours ago, this is going to be open as fast as I possibly can. So within the next 3 months, my plan is to renovate everything in here. Demo is gonna happen very soon. As soon as demo's down, we are getting to work with everything in here. Everything's getting painted, floors are getting done, ceilings painted, lights. I mean, we got to put glass on those offices. There is a lot of work. And then you also have all the equipment. So I have to go and order. I'm doing all of this. There's no general contractor. It's me ordering everything from the equipment in the shop to the equipment up there, from electronics, computers, furniture, couches, wall decor. Everything is me. I probably should hand off some of the work to other people, but I don't trust them because I want it to be exactly what I want. And I have this vision. It's going to come to life. Just like always. Just trust the process. Nonetheless, this thing is going to be absolutely dope, and we need to hire people. So remember when I said that the old shops, they were never really publicly open. When it was Legends Off-Road Performance, before we turned into LGND, obviously we had people that were dropping off their trucks or customers that were dropping off something or just stopping by. They could stop by, but it was never really publicly open. We never really had the address listed anywhere. This is right off of 91, okay? It's a big building. It's obviously a huge shop. There's gonna be a lot going on here. We are going to need a workforce. And obviously, we like to keep a very small circle. So we wanna make sure that everybody that's in this building with us, vibes with us, everybody's one big happy family. We all work together. We build some dope shit. And that's that. So we need techs. We need a couple office employees. We need a front desk girl. We need somebody in the retail area. We need a bunch of employees. And we also need companies. We need companies that want to work in here. You're going to be able to come in here. So for instance, wrap. We need somebody for wrap, somebody that specializes in just wrap, to open up a new location in our shop. So the lab, this place is literally the mecca of automotive. You can come here and get anything done. So if you have a wrap company or a detailing company, we have a whole list of every single department that we need. I'm gonna put a link in the description below where you can go to the website. It's gonna bring you right to the website, the application. You can apply to either become an employee of whatever type you want, because we have a whole list of employees that we need. You can apply to be a business in the lab, to run your business in the lab. So basically what's gonna happen is that we're gonna have these businesses for wrap, detailing, interior work, sound. We are inviting all of these companies to apply, and there's going to be a deadline. That deadline is going to be on the website, so click that link to see when the deadline is. You're going to have a deadline to enter. You're going to have a deadline to enter. I'm too used to saying that. You're going to have a deadline to apply to be in the lab, because obviously while we're doing all of this, I also need to look at my options for who we're going to bring in as new workforce, and of course the other businesses. So for instance, the lighting. Remember Stefano, I told you guys he was my first employee ever. I taught him how to build lights. He created his own business now that he's working on out of New York, but he's opening up a new location here. So his customers can now come that are local to Connecticut. Don't need to go to New York to drop off or ship their stuff. They can come drop it off here. Still get them done by Creative Lighting Source, but it's going to be done under the roof of the lab. So again, Creative Lighting Source will have their logo on their workspace. Whoever does the wraps will have their logo up here. Whoever does the detailing will have their logo over there. And then all the techs will be under the lab. Those are going to be the lab employees. Those are going to be staffed by the lab. So when I say you can apply to run your business or be an employee, you can apply to be a tech, any of the other positions, or run your business. So there's 3 separate applications. You can go to the website, click on any of them. I mean, obviously if you're a tech and you know how to build stuff, I'm inviting you right now to click that link, because we need techs. We need a good amount of techs, and we need it quick. So again, within the next 3 months. We're not sure exactly when opening date is going to be, but once we get the applications, I'm going to personally sit down, look over every single one of them, and we will reach out to you whether we want to talk to you or whether we're going to pass. But I really hope that a lot of you will take this opportunity because realistically, this place is going to be absolutely insane when it's done. It's going to be the biggest automotive shop, customization shop in Connecticut, possibly in New England. I'm not 100% sure on that. It will be the coolest inside, for sure, in the area. It's just going to be awesome. It's going to be an awesome work environment. There's a million different things going on at any given time. And yeah, so we need businesses. We need people. We need you guys to join us at the lab and be a legend. Anyways, so what was I going to say? See, I'm losing my mind because I have so many different things going on.
Stress.
Yeah, stress. Oh, vlogs. The vlogs. So Lab Boys, it used to be Legends Geo. It used to be my channel, the channel that you're watching this on. And then I changed it to Lab Boys because I was like, I'm barely on camera anymore. What am I doing off camera? I'm doing this. I'm doing other things. I have other things going on besides just LGND, and plus I'm running the business side of LGND. So I mean, it's very hard for me to be on camera. That's why Owen's been on camera lately, and Owen does a great job at it, but it's very hard for me to be on camera all the time. Being on camera takes up a lot of time, so my goal was to change it to Lab Boys so that John and Sam can do it. But even then, we only have really things that we could film. We only want to film things that we're building. That's what we do. We build cool trucks, we build cool cars. That's what we do. That's all you guys are really interested in seeing. That's what we want to give you. So I said, hey, let's do this. Just film as much as you possibly can. The only thing they really can film is giveaway trucks, and we're only releasing one video a month of the giveaway trucks when we release the giveaway truck. So there's not that much content right now. But once this is open, we're going to have a full-time videographer filming every single thing going on in the shop every single day, and we're going to have constant videos on YouTube. So this channel right here will then transition into the channel for the Labs CT. And this will be the Labs channel. And there will be something every single day going on in this place. It's crazy to think that in 5 months from now, 4 months from now, this place is going to have trucks and cars lined up down this wall on lifts. Cars in the corner, cars over here completely apart getting wrapped, cars over here getting disassembled. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be absolutely crazy. It's a lot to take in for me and probably you guys too, thinking how the hell is this happening so fast? But it's gonna happen, it's gonna get done, and we want you guys to join. So if you are watching this and you are a technician, you know how to work on vehicles, or you just wanna be a part of what we're doing, or, again, you have a business and you want to run it in here. One thing I do want to say about the business is, if you have a business in a different state and you're established in that state, let's say, for example, you do sub boxes, custom enclosures in Texas, right? And we say, hey, you guys want to come in here, open a New England division and run it in here. The whole thing is, you guys aren't going to pay rent at all. You're functioning your business in here and no rent payment at all, no utilities, no overhead. So you can open up a whole separate location and make more sales because now you're having all the people coming through this door calling us saying they want a custom sub box and us to install it. Now we take the order, you guys still make the sub box, but you're doing it hands-on right here, and then we install it in the truck. That's it. So realistically, there is so much opportunity for other businesses as long as you have a specialty that you offer, a specialty service. Again, that's like wrap, detailing. We only need businesses that specialize in one thing. That's a very important thing to remember here. If you are a business that offers a million different things like we are doing, then we don't need that because you can't have like something off-road or something custom sign in here. It should be something wraps. So the business name matters. There's a few other things that matter. But point is, anybody that thinks, hey, it would be awesome to have my own location in there and can have somebody here all day, every day, because 9 to 5 is what we're going to be open. So if you could have somebody, if you can staff this, have one guy here and provide the equipment that you need. For wrap, you don't really need much. For detailing, you don't need much. For sub enclosures, you need some tools. Just head to the website. If you have a business that you do something that is special and you only do that, click that link and apply, because being in here will be just one step forward. One step forward, man. So we're all going to take a step forward together. We're going to grow together. All the businesses in here are going to grow, and it's going to be a good time. It's going to build some cool shit. I'm excited, guys. So I wanted to make this video to show you guys the progress of Legends from the very beginning, from the shed times to now what is happening. And honestly, this explains everything that's been going on behind the scenes. Not everything, because all of this happened. I found this place 2 weeks ago, and I made a move on it, and here we are. And now we're into renovating it. So this just got placed on my lap, on top of all the million other things that I'm doing. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes. I wanted to give you guys this update. I hope that you will stick with us through the whole entire renovation, because we will be, once we actually start renovating, like I said, we haven't really done anything yet besides electrical demo so that they can do the actual demo. But once we actually start renovating, getting walls up, doing the painting, getting the lifts in here, all of that stuff's gonna be filmed. So make sure, if you are not, subscribe to the channel. I really don't say that too often, but you guys are gonna wanna be around for this. And you are going to want to see the video when this thing is completely done. And if you have a car or truck and you're in the New England area, you're probably gonna wanna get your car done here. Just because it's gonna be so cool to have your car here. Like, the aesthetic of this place is gonna be so freaking insane. I don't wanna say I am, what's the word, materialistic, but I like nice things. I think everybody can agree that they like nice things. Something that you walk into and you just say, wow, that is sick. Most shops, you can't say that. So this is gonna be the shop that you walk into and you're just like, holy shit. And you wanna bring your car, not only because it's gonna be parked in a badass shop and worked on by awesome people and come out absolutely awesome, but it's in a cool spot. So anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. We gotta get out of here. We needed to get out of here an hour ago. That's it. So next video I see you guys in will probably, most likely, be the next step in the renovations. So stick by for that. Subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Peace out.